Ms. Dolan, you may go first. 2 minutes, please.
Well, thanks so much for having me and hosting me. It's good to be back again. I was here last year, unsuccessfully. So I'm back again. I just want to give a little background first. I'm Tori Dolan. I currently work as a fitness instructor at both the Community Center and the Hingham Rec Center. I'm a spin instructor, and I work for myself as a personal trainer, one-on-one with people. In town, I do foster PTO, the school council, which is in charge of the school improvement plan. I volunteer for the girls' basketball. I coach softball. I've been on a few boards, July 4th road race, things like that that I just try to help out as best I can. Hingham's been great since we moved here. We've gotten so much from the town that I thought the best way to give back would be to run for recreation. It's something I'm passionate about, something I know about, and it would be my chance to give back to the town.
That's it. Thank you. Mr. Sullivan, 2 minutes.
Thank you. I'm Roger Sullivan, and I'm running for a seat on the Recreation Commission. My wife and I have lived in Hingham for about 17 years, and my family for about 30. And I've been active in the town. I've served 6 years on the advisory committee.
Okay, that's fine.
I want to make clear at the outset that I have the highest regard for the Recreation Department and for the very skilled professional and volunteer staff there, including Tori. But I'm not running to be the program director of recreation. I'm not running to second guess director. I'm running to be on the Recreation Commission because it's the commission, not the recreation program, that needs reform. Now everyone knows in town that there are serious problems with the Recreation Commission. As I campaign around town, people say to me that it's embarrassing, it's dysfunctional. People say the Commission's reputation is damaging the reputation of the town. The people in other sports organizations have told me they don't want to work with it. They keep it at arm's length. So it needs a fresh set of eyes and a fresh pair of hands, and not just any hands. My experience is 30 years as a diplomat and 10 years as a chief executive of a nonprofit organization gives me the experience to deal with interpersonal issues that are obviously present there. But my executive experience also prepares me for dealing with the budget issues on the Recreation Commission. I ran a nonprofit organization with 50 employees and a budget of over $2 million. Now the Rec Commission, if you just look at the town-funded budget, looks like a small operation. But if you include the revolving fund and the gift fund, it's a budget of over $800,000.
Okay, thank you. The first question is, the programs sponsored by the Recreation Commission are very popular. Can supply continue to meet demand? What improvements or new initiatives would you sponsor as a commission member to expand existing programs to meet demand? And Mr. Sullivan, you may go first. You have 1 minute.
Well, I think I would like to see the commission promote something in the area of special needs children. I think we have good programs for teens. We have good programs for adults, and I have a special needs grandchild, and I've seen the look on his face when he participates in races, and he looks at his medal. And we have special needs children in Hingham. I haven't seen any effort to go into that area. But we need more money if we're going to do that. And you may have seen, as I wrote in the paper, I think we are not realizing the kind of income we could from the 4th of July road race. I'd like to see us do that.
Thank you. Ms. Dolan?
We actually did run some special needs programs. I actually was a teacher for 5 years before I had my kids. I was a special needs teacher. And we did run a program for 2 sessions. We didn't get the amount of feedback we thought we'd get, and we didn't have anyone really sign up. We had about 3 kids each time, which isn't really enough to run a program. It's not even enough to play a game. So we probably will run it again come the fall. But we reached out to the PAC, which is the special needs program in town with all the parents, and they're going to try and promote it as well. But a couple other areas that I would like to see is the teens, the middle school. They seem to be kind of left out. They're at a funny age where if they're not playing a town sport, they don't get to do as much So I want the middle school children in here and some of the teens. If there's a program going on right now where they get to come in and work out instead of taking gym class. So we've got that going. But it would be good to see them maybe, I don't know, there's a teen spin program, maybe a boot camp for teens, all the same kind of stuff that the adults do, but where they could come together with their friends. So I'd like to get those groups in there.
Thank you. The second question is, would you support moving some or all of the Recreation Department's programs to the South Shore Country Club, and why? Ms. Dolan, you may go first.
I'd love to see that. I'm not sure how to do it, but I've been looking into it. I think it would be amazing. There's more parking. There's a pool that I think we could bubble in the wintertime, and we would keep so much more revenue here in town. So far, people have to go to the YMCA, the Weymouth Club, for any kind of swim lesson or any kind of good facility to play a sport. Here we could have tennis, golf, swimming, and it could be open all year round. There'd be locker rooms. And it opens up and it solves so many issues, and it offers so much more to the town. So I would definitely be in favor of that.
Thank you. Mr. Sullivan?
I would be in favor of that as well, even though I can now walk to the fitness room if it goes to the South Shore Country Club. I don't have to drive. But it certainly makes a lot of sense to the town. Parking is an issue here at the town hall. And the only issue that needs study at the South Shore Country Club is how much room would be available. I would want to make sure that the rec department gets the kind of room it needs to run the program. But it also provides more opportunities for cooperation with other recreation facilities in town other than the recreation department.
Thank you. Those are all the questions we have for this evening. Now we will go to closing statements. The speaking order will be the opposite of the opening statements. Please keep your closing statements to 1 minute. Mr. Sullivan, you may go first.
Thank you. I think the perception that we have a dysfunctional recreation commission imperils not only the recreation program, it could also put at risk the town's AAA credit rating, since one of the criteria the rating organization uses is how well your boards and commissions function. So repairing the commission's reputation and getting it functional again is key. But also critical is the effectiveness of the commission in managing its close to $1 million budget. To get the most out of that budget, we need people on the commission with serious management skills. I have those skills. So what you'll be deciding at the polls is whether to choose experience managing change or continuation of things as they are, and I ask you to choose change.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, one thing that has been going on is the Rec Commission has actually gotten a lot better. Actually, last time I was in this room, there was some hugging. So, I think it's gotten a lot better with the addition of Scott Bosworth and the new director, Mark. It's gotten a lot better, and I would really like to have a chance to be part of that in continuing to make it a positive place. And there's a bunch of guys with some amazing backgrounds, and they've done so much work, but they need a woman. So, and one with some kids. So that is kind of where I'm going. I'd like to just add a fresh perspective and maybe add some younger blood. Somebody who's got kids who are now in the program who haven't already been there. And I have a lot to learn from those guys, so it would be great to be part of that board.
Good?
No.
Now. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. Thank you to the candidates and our timekeepers and to the audience for both your interest and your participation. This evening has been recorded for rebroadcast on the internet. You can view it at www.hingham.ma.lwvnet.org. Please remember to vote on May 2nd. Polls are open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And please remember that democracy is not a spectator sport. Thank you and good night.